afternoon once again. Good afternoon, Lagos. How has the weather been this afternoon? Yeah, I learned it's quite, scorching outside. It's quite hot. But I want to thank God because it is not burning hot. We're not catching fire. All right, still Lagoon Radio, and the time is 17 minutes gone past 13, 3 p.m. We're starting quite late today. Pardon me. Because I can't even wait to bring it to your hearing. I know you've been waiting, you've seen the advert, you've seen the, flyers, and you want to hear what I have to say. Of course, I'm not going to disappoint you. But don't forget, you can connect with us on Facebook at Lagoon Radio Nigeria, on Instagram and Twitter is at Lagoon Radio NG. And of course, you can download our app on Google Play Store or Apple Store, irrespective of the device that you use. And you can also tell your family and friends to listen via our website on www.lagoonradio.ng. Yes, it's about time for Share Your Thought. And my name is Taiwo Adiola Shabiole. Good afternoon once again. And of course, I'm not going to be doing the talking alone. Well, I have a friend in the house. I have a brother in the house. I have a man in the house, though he's not married yet. And he said something earlier during the afternoon drive show. Something like, that's why I'm not married now, because I don't have money. So if you have money in this kind of situation, what are you going to do? I'm going to hear from him. And today on the show, we'll be looking at, polygamy and infidelity in marriage. In as much as people think that if you marry two wives or you marry more than one wife, then that's a way to escape. It's a way for you to escape from infidelity. Well, we're about to find out today what the Bible has said about infidelity and polygamy. All this we're going to be looking at today. But of course, I have with me in the studio, like I said earlier, Damilola Toriola. Dami Toy Toy, good afternoon, and thank you for joining me on the show.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Good afternoon. Thanks. And also, my able producer is right here beside me. She might say she doesn't want to talk, but I trust and I know her so well because I know she can't just keep it to herself. There are some things I will make sure I trigger you today. Don't worry. Well. My question is polygamy a way out of infidelity? Is it by marrying many wives? Then you won't have to cheat again. Well, we'll find out in the course of the show. Do not go nowhere. Let's go on this very quick short break. Very short one. And when we get back, we'll kickstart the show.
Come on, sing it.
welcome back from that very short music break. Like I said, it's gonna be very short because we spent a lot of time before we started the show. It's 22 minutes gone past 3 p.m. and it's still Lagoon Radio, your number one online gospel radio station, powered by the Diocese of Lagos. Of course, if you want to see the face behind the mic, you can log on to our YouTube channel at Lagoon TV, and of course on Facebook we are live at Lagoon Radio Nigeria. Well, we're looking at polygamy and infidelity. Is polygamy a way out of infidelity? So if you have many wives, now to cut it short, to break it down, does having many wives means that you're not going to cheat on your wife, or means that you're going to break the marriage vows you had with your wife on the altar of God? Infidelity, it actually means cheating, and it's a act of being unfaithful to your spouse. And I could remember, or if you can remember, while you're taking your vows in church, or if you got married at the registry, wherever, you must have taken some vows, and one of the vows is, not to be infidel to your partner, not to cheat on you have to be totally honest, and it typically means engaging in sexual or romantic relations with a person other than one significant partner. You're breaking a commitment or the promise in that act of yours. Yes, and that's what it simply means to what infidelity simply means. All right, polygamy, in other hands, a man getting married to several women. I'm not saying a man getting married to several men, several women. The opposite gender in this case. Damilola Toy.
Yeah.
When you hear polygamy and infidelity, what comes to your mind?
Polygamy had to do with a man getting married to, or a man having an affair with more than one woman in terms of marriage. So that's what I believe is polygamy. So infidelity had to do with a man cheating on his wife, or a wife cheating on the husband, or saying the man is having extra marital affairs outside his home, outside his marriage, and same thing also goes for the woman too. So polygamy and infidelity. I won't say it's the same thing, but of course, polygamy had to do with when you're married to more than one wife. So infidelity, you can even be in a courtship or boyfriend, girlfriend, and still infidel, having another relationship outside your main relationship. So that is what I think infidelity is compared to polygamy. So that's my own take.
Okay. What do you think? Thank you very much. Why do you think? I don't want to be direct in my question. I don't want to push blame on anybody. Okay, why do you think couples deem it fit to, cheat on one another?
Okay, so many things. Some people want to justify themselves having another extra affairs. But most complaints that spouse do give is that their man doesn't satisfy them, or their woman doesn't satisfy them. So that is why they are having extra. That is their own moral justification for having another extra affairs outside. So because you say, because my wife doesn't satisfy me, or not being satisfied by my wife, especially sexually, because there's no other thing. Now, for a man, let me put it this way: for a man, you want to have extra marital affair outside the house sexually. A woman probably or mostly want to have extra marital affair outside our home because of attention, because women love attention a lot. So when they don't get that attention from their husband, any man who gives them the attention they desire at that particular moment when they needed it, that is, to them, they are having another extra affairs. Because women will believe, as far as sex is not involved, of course, I'm not having an affair. But as far as you are sharing your emotions and everything to somebody else outside your husband, to me, it's you're having another affair outside. That's just the matter of it. So to me, the whole thing, goes hand in hand. But giving justification based on it, well, I don't think so.
Like you said, people tend to justify what they're doing in as much as we're going to get there. What the Bible says about polygamy and infidelity. Of course, we're going to wrap up with that. But before we get there, people like to justify what they know is wrong. And I still can't, bring myself to why they are doing that. Like you said, there are many reasons why couples cheat, and they want to justify it. But don't forget, infidelity and polygamy, they are two different things. Infidelity is when a married man dates and sleeps with other women other than his wife.
Okay.
On other hand, polygamy is when you marry a second, third with permission from your partner.
Okay.
So now, for the purpose of you listening to me and for you watching me online, is polygamy a way out of infidelity? If you have many wives, doesn't mean you're not going to practice infidelity. You're not going to
cheat on your
You're not
wife.
going to cheat on your wife. Well,
or
to be
wives.
a part of the show, you can call on 08189 524 666 08189 Lagoon. Take that again, 08189 524 666. You can call in to let's hear what you have to say. If polygamy is a way out of infidelity, or it's just a way of, because majorly men, I don't want to talk, but
Talk.
don't be offended.
You said majorly men, so talk.
Yes, they are the ones that the women are the receiving end, because men are they bring it upon them. At least would you see? I don't want to judge, but mommy, I want you to say something. What do you have to say about polygamy and infidelity? Help us with it too.
Each time I decide not to talk,
You just want to.
talk. And personally, I don't like talking. Really. Yeah, I don't like talking. I'm a very quiet person. I hardly talk.
I know.
Some of minds are business.
Yeah. I don't carry other people's business on my head like
Abigail.
gala.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. To me, my thought, polygamy, infidelity. They are the same thing. Why should you even go into polygamy in the first place? If you know you can't keep up with just one woman, then stay single. That is it. Because polygamy is just like an excuse. In fact, it's an excuse for infidelity. Because you already, you've started a journey with a woman, the poor woman to be precise, the poor innocent woman to be precise. To be precise, the innocent, the woman that doesn't know anything, the woman that feels, oh, this man loves me, is ready to spend the rest of his life with me. Because truthfully speaking, no woman can actually agree with her husband to bring in another wife. No woman. Because there's this Yoruba adage that says, Orisha jem pe meji obinrin o si.
Yes.
If a woman welcomes another woman with her open hands into her own husband's house, Biko, check it. She's not 100% into it. No, she's not 100. See, she's not 100% into it.
She doesn't have a choice.
She might do it, out of no choice, out of duress, or maybe she was compelled to do it,
yes.
Or maybe the man had actually gone out there to make mistakes, and the mistress, so to say, doesn't want to remove the baby. She just, as in she has seen bed of roses, she wants to come in. So the woman in the house won't have any choice than to just welcome me with open hands. So with the definition of infidelity and polygamy, to me, the polygamy, fine, you can't, it's when you marry someone else with the permission of your wife. With the permission, that's the condition, with the permission, with our consent. So as far as it's not our consent, though, it's infidelity. And polygamy shouldn't be used as an excuse for infidelity. I don't want to go into the Bible now. I want to leave it to our host.
When we get to the Bible part, you would
I don't want to. I don't want to jump. I don't want to jump.
No. It's fine.
So to me, polygamy. In fact, polygamy, infidelity. They are siblings.
That's
They are
why.
siblings. Yeah. So that's my own opinion.
Okay, let's quickly go on this music break. Very short one. When we get back, we'll continue.
When my mind goes, it's far from JK. When my mind goes, only understand when I explain. When my mind goes from this world, it's lost. Come take a walk in the street made from dust. Yeah, I could escape, yeah, my heart don't hurt. Sky so blue, I just soak up the sun. No 10 to 9, wait for the next pay, hit my shop. I'm there when the hood wakes, I'm there when the dust is shot. The birds don't sing no more in JK. Don't replace with ice and noise, I bust people away. Where are they gone? When would they be back? When they get back, will they come back with some cash? Or at least some happiness, or next therapy, the best is why. Hey, they are live to, but not on those buses. I go to see my pain and my joy. Hey, here finds just hey. Most of whatever feels like, no guilt, no stress, just peace of mind. Most of whatever feels like, no guilt, no stress, just peace, no strife. Can I get it? Head is far from where I target, and where I'm head is far from where I started. Why ain't gone through valley for music take against you? Maybe when I'm gone they'll understand what I do. Cause for you I'm a bury all my hider. All I want's held dear, all I give life to. Know I'm a work in progress, so this Bible. Beyond the sky cloud is where I look.
I walk back by Mary.
All right, welcome back from that music break. That's Why and Me Mimon. Yes, it's 25 minutes to 4 p.m. here from our studio. And of course, it's still Lagoonradio, your number one online gospel radio station, powered by the Diocese of Lagos Anglican Communion. Of course, you can like and follow us on Facebook at Lagoonradio Nigeria, on Instagram at Lagoonradio NG, and of course on YouTube, it's LagoonTV. Yes. It's Share Your Thought, and with me in the studio is still Damilola Toriola and my producer, and me, your very host, Taiwo Adiola Shabilegbe. And today we're looking at polygamy and infidelity. And my question is polygamy a way out of infidelity? So now if you choose to have more than one wife, does it mean you won't cheat on your wife? And like Dami said, people would like to defend whatever they do, the reason for doing it. And this thing, it has its own reasons, and of course there are risks to cheating, especially when you're married. So now, Dami, you said you already told us the cause of why some people cheat.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the risk and why married people? Because I'm not going to be biased. I don't want to say why married men, why married women cheat.
Why married?
No, married couple. Either of them.
Why they cheat?
Why? No, the risk.
Okay, the risks
of cheating.
Well, there are a lot of risks being attached to it. To mention a few, one of it had to do with hereditary cause. That's a risk from it, because now, whether we accept it or not, individual person in life have his or her own course individually that he or she needs to fight for, to be free from the shackles of, the evil ones, the devil. Now, if you're getting married to a particular partner, it means your own cause and the cause of your partner, you are combining them together, which means both of you are bringing in a force together to fight another forces, which is two forces. Now, as a man, leaving your wife, now want to get, as in having an affair with another woman, you have no idea what that woman is going through in her life. You have no idea of what she must have done wrong in the past that is being caught up to her at the moment where you met her. Now, some people, part of the risks again had to do with health-wise. For men, it's very easy for men to even contact gonorrhea. It's very, very easy. Gonorrhea, HIV/AIDS, stuff,
Syphi.
Syphi,
You don't want to cast them.
And do you know even high blood pressure, hypertension is also hereditary?
Yes. So
health-wise, it is hereditary. So you get married to someone who's a family, or you're having an affair with someone who's a family. They have health-wise hereditary high blood pressure or whatever from their lineage is coming into you. You have an affair with her, then you now come to your house, have that same affair with your wife, then you now transfer that disease to your wife. Then your wife
even cervical cancer.
Even your wife will will not give birth to children that will now be having problems here and there. So for course medical thing is also there, which is very, very risky. Financially, is also risky too. Financially, because you have to spend, apart from spending for your wife, you have to spend for this lady, which is a mistress to you. You have to spend to her.
You even end up spending more.
Spend more on
Your wife,
her.
as a man, your wife that you decided not to take her to eatery to go and chop chicken and cheese.
Even the air.
Yeah.
Your so-called side chick or your cheating partner is wearing. Your wife cannot even wear it.
No, don't even let us go to that. Let us now look at this. You are a very wealthy man. Your wife has a car. You bought a brand new car, the latest car for your mistress. Now, you will be fueling your mistress car every week. But for your wife, if your wife comes to you and say, sir, there's go and do whatever thing you want to have. Bought a car for you. Whatever thing you want to do. So you're going to feel less, as a man, you're going to feel less consigned to your wife. You're going to focus because, when Yoruba used to say that, Oman joy on loju, so having this new catch, it will be very, very captivating to you. You will forget, your primary assignment. So there are a lot of risks being attached to this, one way or the other. Either we like it or not. There are a lot of risks to it.
Simi, do you want to add to what Dami has said? To the risk
maybe she wants to
causes and risk of,
While growing up, there's something my parents used to say. They say, "Obìnrin kan, wàhálà kan. One woman, one trouble. Two women, two troubles. So if you like, choose your trouble, but choose your trouble wisely. That's what I have to say.
Yeah, okay. Choose your trouble wisely.
Yeah.
So what do you think could be the cause and the risk of,
To me, I feel nothing should. Cause what could cause infidelity? There are a lot of things. There are a lot of things that could cause infidelity. Attention from when you don't get attention from your spouse, lack of communication, even trust. The trust is not there. Like you start sneaking into each other's phones. You start questioning each other's loyalty. Maybe if you ask your spouse a particular question and the way he or she responds, you question that response. You just want to be a pain in the neck. That's one of the reason, really, but it shouldn't be a reason enough to go into polygamy, because each person, we have our own weaknesses. Like I was actually discussing with Naomi outside the studio about this marriage. Let me say marriage of a thing, the thing called marriage. I actually had to target the thing called marriage. If you can't cope with one person, how do you want to cope with two people?
Hey.
And you want to say because you can't cope with this one, you want to go out there and go. It's just like you cannot manage a home and you want to be a president of a country. Is it possible? It's not possible. You can't manage a home successfully and you want to be a leader.
Charity, they say,
No.
begins at home.
It's not possible. So to me, that's actually the causes of infidelity, I could actually say.
So what are the risks
Then the
attached
risks,
to it?
the risk attached to it, Dami has said some. The risk attached to it, in fact, you will invite problem into that family. Because I've seen a family that the man was a polygamist and he died last year. And his burial, it was as if it was a tug of war. It was like a tussle between the two wives. Like, this I want my husband to be buried. No, this now I want. They are just they just turned the whole thing to a child's play, and I'm like, are you serious? And I've actually witnessed another one that when the man died, that was when the wife knew he had a child outside. Even the child he had outside is way older than our own children. You understand? So when they got to the grave side and they said the firstborn should come and do dust to dust to, when they behold the original firstborn show face.
What could be said and done?
It was so shocking. But part of the man's family members actually knew about it. You understand? So cases like that, it's disgracing.
Yes,
it's
and
disgracing. It's embarrassing. Why should you be proud of it that you have more than one wife? Are you even doing what the Bible says? That's not what the Bible said. The Bible is totally, the scripture is totally against polygamy. Let me put it that way. But there are a lot of people, maybe for their flimsy excuses, they want to but Abraham slept with Ishmael's mother. But Jacob married Rachel and Leah. You understand that kind of thing? But according to the definition Sharp gave on polygamy, it must be with the wife's consent. These two cases I just cited from the Bible, the wives knew, their wives actually knew about it. See the case of Jacob. He wanted someone else and he was giving someone else, so he had to work extra years for the person he really wanted. Then see the case of Abraham. It was Sarah that said, my husband, this is what, please do this thing since we've been waiting and waiting. You understand that kind of thing. But when you now do it outside without the consent of your spouse, and you say you want to you want to go out of it because you don't want to be an infidel, you don't want to go into infidelity, you want to marry another wife. If you marry 20 wives, you will still do the same. It cannot reach you. I was talking.
Are we speaking your mind?
I was speaking with someone this morning. I was saying I know of someone that has over 20 wives, and apart from that 20 wives, he's still doing up and down. SS2 puppy, bam, akpaje. This one, bam, amubale. So it's not, to me, it's not
God.
a way out of infidelity at all. And before I even keep quiet, because Shab has forced me to talk today, biblically.
Wait. Well, I'm going to add some things to it too. I feel the cost and the risk, because whatever causes it definitely is going to be risk to you.
Sure.
I feel addiction. If you, some people, there's this thing we call nymphomania. Nymphomania. Some people are just, they never get satisfied.
Sure.
And no matter how much your partner tries to satisfy you, you're never satisfied. That if you're doing it for the purpose of, what do they call it?
Companionship. Is it
Sex.
companionship?
Okay,
The sexual part.
The sexual part. That's for those. But if you're open to drug abuse, alcohol, gambling, all these things, they are part of it. And I feel if you're exposed to infidelity as a child, you grow up with that mentality. I think that's the cause.
That is
and
normal.
it has cost you and it has affected your own marriage because you grew up with that mentality. Oh, Shebi, Mr. Lagbaja is doing it, brother Tamedo is doing it, and the wife didn't catch him for once. Then when I grow up, I can do the same.
Even some will even say my dad is a polygamist, so there's nothing stopping me from having more than one wife
Some
because they
people
see
will
it
even
as
say my
law.
religion support it.
Permits.
Well, as Muslims, according to the religion, you can have more than one wife. But as Christians, we're gonna get there, and that's where you come in to share your thought with us and let's know what's on your mind. Well, previous cheating can also be, once you've been cheated on and you want to retaliate, and you feel, what can you do? Is to cheat in return. And you're about to say,
That's even outright foolishness.
That's it. Like, it's not until you.
Cutting of the head is not the
It's
solution
not the
to
solution
the
to
headache.
I think you'll be my interpreter for today. So all these things can be that can cause you to to be infidel in your marriage, and it's a big risk because once your partner finds out, man, that's all in that marriage. Because some people still want to justify the reason why they are doing it as a woman. So now, are we saying infidelity? Okay, can a marriage survive infidelity?
Yes, a marriage can survive it.
Huh?
A marriage can survive infidelity.
Recom.
You asked if a marriage can survive infidelity now.
Yes.
I said yes.
Okay. Explain. Back it up.
Determination.
Okay.
If you determine that you don't want to have extramarital affairs apart from your partner that you are married to, you can definitely do it. It has to do with determination. It has to do with selflessness. It has to do with discipline.
I thought you were going to say that first.
No. No, you have to determine something before you discipline yourself.
What about the kind of marriage that is already experiencing the infidelity? Can the marriage survive?
Because in the case whereby I've come to realize men are really jealous people. They are jealous beings. When a man cheats, they beg you forgive them according to what we're saying and what we're hearing. But once a woman cheats, that's the end for her in the marriage. What would you say in that case? Can such marriage survive that situation?
Well, the marriage to me, it can still survive. Because it's also said in the Bible, do unto others as you want others to do unto you. You also need to think that, yes, I did this to my wife and everyone pleaded on my behalf, she forgave me. So why can't I do the same thing, to forgive her? Now, your wife must have done the same thing as a retaliation. She did it purposely. But at the same time, if you are a true believer and you understand the word of the scripture, you will know that, of course, it is not easy to forgive. Because when Jesus himself knew that he will be crucified by the same people that he is doing everything for, of course, he forgave them. It wasn't easy. Now, it's not something that's going to be done by the flesh, because the flesh is too weak to forgive that kind of forgiveness. So it has to be something with the spirit. So which means by all costs, it has to be done in the spirit. You need to learn. If you don't learn it, there's no way you can be able to portray, that for to me, I still believe you can, they can survive it. What is this thing they call how do they pronounce this in English? Warapa?
Epilepsy.
Epilepsy. We all know that epilepsy does not really have a cure. We know it is only by prayer and deliverance that epilepsy can be cured. And if this epilepsy can be cured by prayer and all these things, and it's happened that way, are you going to pray it happens again? So at the same time, to me, this thing can be cured if you bring the spirit into it.
Okay, so mommy, quickly. Can a marriage survive infidelity?
Yeah, a marriage can survive infidelity.
Okay. So now, because time is on us, I want to rush. In as much as there are some facts about infidelity, it's not as easy as it seems.
Yeah.
Not easy at all.
It's not easy. It hurts. It's very
and that's
painful.
why it's not something of the flesh.
There'll be a lot of things involved.
It really takes time to heal, and it takes a lot of courage, you know. But you know, the healing process too, we have them.
And that was why I started by saying the poor woman, the poor innocent woman will be like, oh, I'm the love of my husband's life. I'm the only person he sees and all that and all that.
The only sugar.
And as at the time the man will now do his abracadabra, she will be heartbroken, she will be psychologically affected, and she would even end up having trust issues.
Yes.
Because she will be like, this same man that professed love to me is doing this other, you know, and
It's
all
not
that.
easy. It's not easy.
So that's the way it is. And
Well,
should I
the
talk
healing
about my
process,
biblical?
in fact, I'm there already. The healing process as well, says the tour. You have to have a heart-to-heart talk with your partner. You know, it takes time to heal, but you know, nevertheless, you have to be completely honest. You have to come out straight with your partner,
Sure.
because he's the only one that you've got as at that time. Of course, it's a shameful. It's a shameful thing. You feel guilty. You blame yourself. Anger. Even your partner self will feel the same way you're feeling. But you know, the testimony at last. So now, I'm not going to say anything about this one. So I'll leave that to you. What does the Bible say? What does the Bible say is about polygamy? And does God approve polygamy? Wait. What does the Bible say about polygamy? Does God approve polygamy? Mommy, what?
Okay.
Exactly.
Number one, God doesn't approve polygamy. The Bible does not approve polygamy. And according to 1 Corinthians chapter 7, everything in there depicts that polygamy is unlawful. And anything that is unlawful, biblically unlawful, it's very, very bad. And that 1 Corinthians chapter 7 says that since there is so much immorality, each man should have his own wife, not his own wives. His own wife, and each woman to her own husband as well. And when a man is married to more than one wife at the same time, that's polygamy. And I think is more common than polyandry, when a woman has more than one husband.
Yeah.
It's actually more
You know,
than that.
polygamy
And
was practiced several times in Old Testament.
that
But
was
most
why.
notably King David, King Solomon, but God still did not approve it.
And then I actually cited the example anyway. The examples, it was with the consent
Of
their spouses, their wives.
Yes.
So if anything you're doing without the consent of your wife or with consent of
infidelity.
your spouse is totally infidelity. So to me, polygamy is not a way out of infidelity. You're even dipping yourself more inside the
But if-
infidelity.
Okay, so are you saying if the person does it the right way, it's no longer infidelity?
No, if the person tells his wife, if the man tells his wife and says, okay, my dear, I want to marry another wife, and the man says, and the woman from her heart of hearts says, my dear husband, you can go ahead. It's between you two. And that was why I said earlier that Orisha Jen pe meji obinrin o si. There's no woman you will go to and say, my dear, I want to marry another wife. The woman will ask you, why? What have I done wrong?
Am I not doing
What
it the
have
right
I done
way?
to you? What am I supposed to do that I didn't do? Can you tell me? I will do it. You understand? So that's just the way it is. But generally, polygamy
It's
is not a way out of infidelity.
Damn, what do you
It's
have to
even more
say?
infidelity.
What do you think the Bible says about polygamy? Does God support it?
No, she has said the whole thing. She
Okay,
has said
so-
it. So,
To cut the
Yeah.
longer story short, in conclusion, what do you have to say to my people?
in conclusion, polygamy is not the way out of infidelity. Just like you said.
Well, polygamy is not a way out of infidelity. As Christians that we are, well, the Bible does not support it. But for other religion, you know, according to their own religion, they tell you, men alone,
Yeah.
you know, you
Continuously.
can marry as many
as
wives.
many. As
Even
many as well.
with that, their guidance. I mean, there's a warning. If you can't treat them accordingly, so irrespective of your religion and what you believe, but we as Christians, and if you're listening to me right now, the Bible does not support polygamy. And if you must know, polygamy is not a way out of infidelity. If you are cheating, you're cheating. If you marry someone behind your wife, or maybe you even
Cheating
tell her
is
you're
also
still
cheating.
cheating,
It's
because
cheating.
you never told her on the altar of God on the day you guys were having, you people were
And
having the vow.
I'm gonna. Even the wedding vow says you will forsake all others. You forget all others. So if you
the
said
Bible,
it that
the Bible
day,
has said it all. So there's no.
If you said
we
it
don't
that day
have
that okay,
to-
in 10 years time I'll marry another person.
I'm a contract la.
All right, thank you. That's all. That's what we can take on this show. I wish we have more time because we start quite late. I'm sorry about that. But of course, don't worry. Next week is another beautiful edition, and of course, you can still drop your comment on our Facebook page at Lagoon Radio Nigeria, on Instagram at Lagoon Radio. Angel, let's hear what you have to say. Share your thought with me. What do you think? Is polygamy a way out of infidelity? I've said it all, but you might have a different opinion from mine. And don't forget, Lagoon Radio is 24/7 radio station powered by the Diocese of Lagos, your number one online gospel radio station. Yes, we're very much alive on YouTube at LagoonTV and on Facebook at Lagoon Radio Nigeria, on Instagram at Lagoon Radio NG. And you can also listen via our website on www. How many W's like Abigail? Oh. www. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
www.lagoonradio.ng. Yes, I'm happy you're part of the show, and I'm sure you're able to pick one or two things today. Tell your daughter, tell your friend, polygamy is not supported by God. God detests it. All right, on this note, I'll say thank you very much to my listener and to my producer, those watching me online. Thank you very much. You are the real MVP. Damnola Toriola, I say thank you very much for being a part of the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, and on this note, I say good afternoon once again. Coming right after now is the Lagoon News update here at 4. Do not go nowhere. My name is Taiwo Adiola Shapilegbe. Good afternoon.
All praise to the Most High. Eating good when everything is alright. Touchdown made it safe from a long flight. Sun's out, it's another day to shine bright. I ain't got a lot, but I got enough. Got a fan back home, always showing love. I got a girl with a heart of gold I can trust. Real G's in my circle, that's a must. So on the days when I feel it, and on the days when I'm stressed,